What's up, math scholars and math haters? This is Mr. W, and today we're going to tackle question 44 in the 7th grade math questions that North Carolina released this past school year. The question shows us a triangular right prism, which means it's just the triangles and rectangles, nothing weird or fancy. We know that these triangles on the ends are equilateral triangles, and we're supposed to find the surface area of this prism. So the one skill that this question is testing us on is how to find the surface area of a prism. So how exactly do we do that? Well, essentially, I've done other questions where it asks for the surface area, but it split this up already into a net, and a net essentially looks like, how about I draw it here? A net of one of these things is essentially going to look like this, and we can see that our two triangles are there, as well as all three of the rectangles that connect the side of each triangle. And so all we have to do is figure out the area of each of these shapes and add them all together. Now, first thing, since these triangles are equilateral, that means that all three of these sides, the lengths of our rectangles, are going to be the same. So that's very nice. That helps a lot. And these are 4 centimeters, so each length is 4. And then it also says that the distance from one triangle to the other triangle is 5. So that's 5, 5, and 5. So it looks like we have 3 identical rectangles. Each rectangle measures 4 by 5. So I'm just going to have to find what 4 times 5 is, and then take 3 of that, or multiply it by 3. So 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 3 equals 60, which means that the total area of each of these rectangles, if it's 20, 20, and 20, is 60. Now I need to worry about the triangles, and for that I'm going to abandon this drawing and just look at this, because it tells us that the base of one of these triangles is 4 centimeters, and the height is 3.5 centimeters. So at this point I need to break out the formula for the area of a triangle, which is where I multiply 1/2 times my base times my height. So if I'm going to plug in some of the numbers that the problem gave me, this is going to turn into 1/2 times 4 times 3 1/10. 1/2 times 4 is just 2, and 2 times 3 1/2. Did I say 3 1/10 earlier? Who cares? Let's see, 2 times 3 1/2 is going to give us 7. So one of these triangles is 7, which means the other one has to be 7 as well. So 60 for the rectangles, 7 and 7. If I add these all up, will give me a total answer of 74. And I can look at my answer choices and see that choice B says 74 centimeters squared. That is the exact surface area, well, given this is 3 1/2 and not what it actually is. That's the exact surface area of this triangular prism.